good deal. Okay.
So back to the picks and bans here. Rebel Alliance being the blue team, and Flarefly's Firefighters, that's a mouthful, on the purple team. Same bands here. We got Jarvan coming out first. Should be a Caitlyn ban, I believe. Yep, there's the Caitlyn ban, followed by an Evelyn. Malphite. So the reason they restarted, actually, someone had lag issues when they first got in, and
Okay.
they couldn't pick right away. She actually first picked Thresh thinking it was a ban and not noticing, so that's why they restarted. So Thresh for our third ban by them, and then Vi coming out for the final ban of this game. Now, Rebel Ionian team, don't know too much about them. Gonna go with the Lulu. So this is the second time we've seen Lulu in this tournament already. Lulu actually was on the winning side last time, so we'll see if Lulu can pick up a second win in the tournament here tonight.
And first pick, too.
Yeah, first pick both times. Pretty safe first pick. You don't really give anything away on your team because Lulu can be played with so many comps. So, really good first pick. Rogrev taking the Elise for the Firefighter team. Elise really strong, has that recently got nerfed. Depends how you want to look at it though. Her Q in human form, which did the percentage of current health, actually some of that damage just got shifted to her Q in spider form, which was percentage of missing health. So it made her spider form a little bit stronger. Rogrev actually, if he's not going to trade this off, might be a support Elise. I remember speaking with him and he did say he likes the support Elise. Really like that pick. Huge fan of support Elise myself.
The thing with Elise is, it's hard to pick against her. She's a great, safe first pick because she can go all over the map. You could see her as a mid lane, a jungler, a top lane, a support. However, with the Volibear pick, she's not jungling, so you probably will see her top. She is an excellent kill lane support, though.
Very true. Look, we have another Lulu Graves lane coming out by the looks of things here, looking to build off of the success of the last team that Earthburgers had. See if that works out for them. And for our third pick for the Rebels of Ionian is going to be Udyr. Udyr actually in the middle of getting changed. Probably we'll see that coming out in the next patch. It'll be interesting to see how they build that because Udyr can be built so differently. I would imagine we'll see a full tank build come out from Udyr and just really look to engage with him on that.
Definitely. We got two very tanky junglers here with Volibear and Udyr. From what everyone knows, both those guys are almost unkillable. Udyr with his turtle shield and the passive on Volibear should provide a little interesting matchup there. They're both very strong gankers. They both have to obviously catch up to their targets, but there should be some interesting tower dives going on this game, hopefully.
I actually like Volibear's gank potential a little bit better. He also has that speed burst, but instead of the stun, he has the throwback, then has the slow on top of it. Udyr's team fight, probably not as good as Volibear's either, because he has that AoE damage from his ultimate, and he can really chunk someone with that bite when he gets the 3 stacks when his Fury swipes up.
Yeah.
But Udyr can stun the whole team in that bear stance and just chain stuns around, which is real annoying.
And Udyr has that speed clear too. He's a little bit faster than Volibear, but of course, you sacrifice clear speed on Volibear for ganking potential too. So
Very true. It'll be interesting to see if he actually does elect to play the Phoenix stance in the jungle. I know some Udyr players like to go with the Tiger stance for that extra damage in the ganking, but we'll see how that works out. We have the Firefighters picking up Draven with the Elise. They're going to have a lot of early game damage trying to counter that early game from Graves and Lulu in that bot lane. Malzahar, first time in the tournament being picked. Malzahar pretty strong right now in the 1v1 against Kale. It's all really going to depend if Kale can get those good ultimates to negate a lot of that Malzahar damage.
I'm really excited about this matchup. I love Malzahar. He's one of my favorite champions in the game right now. I think the Kale matchup should be really interesting though. Malzahar is pretty hard to 1v1 for most people, but the Kale should be interesting though. I don't know if it'll be enough to save him with those Malz ultis. Those are pretty ridiculous, but we'll see. And if Udyr can make advantage and take advantage of Malzahar's limited mobility, it should be a good matchup there.
Yeah, Malzahar, a real scary opponent as soon as he hits that level 6. His gank potential, whenever he can push the lane so quickly and so easily, then he can just roam around, and that ultimate, a real terror. The ult from Kale actually can save someone from that really easily. So
Zyra, I think we're going to see Zyra
really going to
support.
come out to Kale.
Yeah, we're seeing Elise top.
It is going to be a top Elise. Okay, so doesn't look like we're going to have any swaps. Elise not... Oh, no, there is the swap. Excuse me. Elise looks like she's going to run the Ignite, looking for that extra damage on Yorick. Yorick, a real lane bully himself. It'll be interesting to see how they play this top lane. Lot of kill potential from both of them here.
In Summoners, we've got a lot of Ignites on the blue team here. We got 3 Ignites and 1 Exhaust picked up. Yeah, Cleanse on Draven. I think he's gonna be a real lane bully. I think for Graves down there with that, especially with that Cleanse.
Yeah, Graves not taking the cleanse for the Taric ultimate or the Graves or the Draven slow. Excuse me. It'll be interesting to see how that kind of works out for them. So going into the load screen here now, guys, we have Rebels of Ionia versus Flarefly in Game 2 of the ELO Heaven Lockdown Tournament.
Yeah, Rebel Alliance. So Rebel Alliance will be on the blue side. Usually blue is a little more favored in LCS, just for its little stronger control there on Dragon early game and all that. We'll see how this works out. I think my pick here would probably... this is tough. This is pretty even matched teams, I think.
Yeah, you know, you really got like Elise and Yorick both so good early game and mid game, both kind of fall off towards the end of the game, not doing as much for the team. Yorick brings that better ultimate for Graves to get that ghost on him and kind of have like a second AD carry almost. Neither team's elected to go with any kind of global presence with a teleport or anything, so it'll be interesting to see whether they split push or whether they're both just going to look to butt heads and do lots of team fights here. So really going to come down to the two teams' team fight mechanics in this match here.
You know, I think I'm going to go with Firefighter on this one. I think it's going to come
Gonna
down
go
to the
with
jungler and the ganks that are going to be set up here. The limited escapes mid on both mid laners there. Same with top lane. There's really not too many escapes. There at least can be a little sticky, or a little crafty. She can get out pretty easily sometimes, but she's got something to jump to. I think bot lane, I give it to Draven. It's still League of Draven, and he's so strong early game. He's a complete lane bully.
Yeah, you're right on that. I think it's really going to come down to whichever one of these bottom lanes comes out on top, because Draven, great early game damage with that bleed and that really strong harass early on, plus with that Taric stun, really something to be scared of. And Draven actually did change his summoner spell to the cleanse, and so did Graves. So probably a good call there by Graves. It'll be interesting to see that bottom lane. Really going to determine how this game comes out. If Draven can shut down this Graves, I'm going to give it to the purple team. If Graves can hold off, I'm going to give it to the blue team.
My only question here would be with York. I feel like it's sometimes his ulti might be a little more wasted, but it does have, he has 2 good targets there with Kale and Graves. I don't think his ulti is going to be really wasted on either of those targets, so sometimes you want to play Protect the Vayne or Kog'Maw or whatever, and with York and just ult the ADC over and over. But Graves is more of a caster and isn't really as strong with that York ulti, but it's still, I mean, once you're late game AD carry, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you really have two life-saving ultimates there for the Rebels of Ionia with the Yorick ultimate and the Kale ultimate. So it'll be interesting to see how they use those and if they can get them onto those clutch targets at the right time to save lives.
You're right, and that could shut down Malzahar too. A fed Malzahar is a very scary thing, but if he doesn't have the farm and it gets behind, it can be a little tough to really be the useful Malzahar you need to be.
Yeah, Malzahar, you really need to push early. You gotta push them to tower. Kale kind of struggles under tower a little bit until she gets, her first item. It'll be interesting to see if Kale elects to kind of rush that Quicksilver Sash against Malzahar. It will be extremely useful in this against this team. You can use it for the Taric Sun or the Malzahar ult or the Elise Cocoon. So we'll see what happens. And once again, the blue team winning the skin war 3-2. Got to give it to them again here. You can't compete with that. One thing about Udyr that I've always said I think would make an amazing legendary skin for him. He's a little over a year old, probably a year and a half now he's been in the game. Still doesn't have a legendary skin. I always thought a great skin for him would be whenever he changes stances, he full on changes. So when he goes into tiger form, he almost turns into the Nidalee cougar, and then when he'd actually turn it, his whole form would change. Think that'd be a really great skin for Udyr.
I'm with you on that.
Might be a little bit too much, but
well, they kind of went for that. I feel like they half-assed it a little bit. They just did he's got a horns on or whatever, or fangs in it for a bear.
Yeah,
and
pretty much just wears a cloak and it changes color.
Which it's a good skin, I guess you get 4 skins for the price of 1.
That's
I just
very
said
true.
4 skin.
Udyr with those four stances. We'll see how he plays it. And the main thing with Udyr is really keeping his passive, the monkey up, because you can stack that up 3 times and it gives you that increased attack speed, and which really on Udyr is key. So it'll be interesting to see if he keeps that up in the jungle and how he kind of plays his jungle creeps to come out on top.
All right, we are on the way here.
Into the game, let's see what we get for buys. Both supports going pretty standard with the pink wards and the sight wards.
Yep, we got the pink battle down bot. I believe Lulu opted to choose for a 4th ward instead of a fairy charm, which Taric went for. Probably, I don't know. Taric's going for that early Philo rush.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going for the invade, though.
Keeping it pretty standard. Graves goes with the longsword 2 pots, as opposed to Draven, who goes with the elixir and 6 pots. So really looking to get that early stun and just all in them and get that first blood.
They are going for this invade, though. Let's see. This
Very
could be dangerous for Yorick.
here.
They got there quick, too.
They did. They got there real quick. Wasn't spotted by the Yorick. Looks like they're set up pretty good to defend against this and see it coming. Actually, Yorick sticking around. So we have once again Rebels of Ionia and Flarefly Firefighters. Flarefly setting up for this invade by the looks of things.
And Kale put an early ward.
Dropping that early ward.
Very risky, though. Very risky.
Oh, and York does. Oh, he's sticking
They're
around.
pinging for it. They're invading.
He is going to see it. He sees it.
Oh,
he
the flash. Are they going to get it?
No. York might fall here. This is going to be
is running.
huge.
Oh, only Taric chasing. I cannot believe he got out of that. That was a great play. Burned a lot of summoners from that one. They got a ward in the bush. They might He might stick around for the smite. I don't know if it's going to work for him, though. Nope.
Malzahar in a real bad position now. Used his Ignite and Flash. Tarek used his Flash and Exhaust. Volibear his Flash down. Really came out on top there for Rebels of Ionia.
And this really puts bot lane behind, too, which...
Giving the blue buff to Draven, too. Interesting choice. They're really putting all their eggs in that one
Udyr's
basket.
down here stealing theirs.
They're going to get here in time to stop this, though. Not low enough to get the smite. Misses the...
Oh!
Does get
He
the
got the
smite
smite down, but this is...
Not looking good for Udyr. Can they get something here? Oh, Udyr might be in a bad spot.
Nice slow by Lulu. I don't know.
Oh, he does get lost. Udyr is going to go down to Draven for the first blood. And Draven picking up 2 blue buffs. First blood. Graves and Lulu got to be really scared of this Draven right now. 6 pots and that elixir. Nothing to joke around with right now in that bot lane. Rogarev kind of caught out of position here.
Tarek jumped to back off of that one, though.
Nuki not in position to follow that up. Didn't want to miss out on all that CS at the tower. Good trade there by the Rebels of Ionian in the bot lane to get that early damage on Tarek. He did buy those early pots, so he's going to be able to sustain it back up to full. But really zoning out this Graves here. Good positioning by Draven in that bot lane. Top lane, kind of as we expected. Both of them going with that Crystalline Flask start just to sustain that lane. I can't see a whole lot going on here. Oh, the stun on Lulu.
Oh, Lulu's still level 1 and Draven is level
He
3.
does
This is going to be dangerous. Is he
Looks
going to
like
follow it up? No, the flash
has
by Lulu.
Flash to get away. Good flash by Lulu. Great early game damage by that Draven. Still has the red pot though. Not having to use that Elixir of Fortitude. Kale actually up a bit on CS on Malzahar right now. Top lane pretty the same. Bot lane's doing okay.
Malzahar has to be a little passive here. He did lose his
Burned
flash.
a lot of mana too. Malzahar with no mana already, and went with the Boots 3 pot start. Oh, Draven misses his spinning axe there. He does have his blue buff, so I don't think he's too worried about it.
No. He's got a lot of health pots left too. This is gonna be a really scary lane if it doesn't change here.
Udyr's really gonna have to influence this lane. He's got to do something to stop this extremely powerful Draven right now. So Kale actually forcing Malzahar to back pretty early here, backing at 5 minutes to have to restore some of that mana and gets the early Doran's ring. So let's see if Kale can kind of take that level advantage and make it work in his favor.
You got Udyr picked up an early pink ward here. I'm not sure where he's thinking about using that one, unless they're going for an early dragon maybe.
Udyr does have great dragon damage and baron damage. He really needs that Madrid's Razor in order to do anything. So I think the pink ward might more so be so he can get a good gank in that top lane or down in that bottom lane.
Oh no, Lulu.
Stun. Looks like
Exhaust on Lulu and exhaust on Draven right now.
Doesn't have the ignite. Oh, Draven actually.
Draven pops the red elixir.
The heal comes out from Tarek.
Oh,
and
with double kill for Lulu.
Lulu stealing both kills. Lulu a real terror now.
Watch out for Lulu.
And they did get Draven to use his red pot there. So Draven has used his elixir, and Lulu picks up a double kill. Lulu going to be able to back here, probably get an early Sightstone and a GP10. Let's see how much gold she actually has. Has 1,300 gold, so she can easily get a Sightstone and then start towards that first GP10.
And really, Lulu has such great early game damage. It's a bit scary for her to have those 2 kills if you're having to lane against her.
Yeah, it is. It's going to help her advance in the levels ahead of Tarek, so she does get that extra damage. She does, like I said, she does go for the Sight Stone and the Fairy Charm for the extra.
Oh, the invade.
They're actually getting invaded on here.
Is Malzahar's 6 too. If he gets near him, this could be bad.
Not be able to. They know that this blue buff is going to be respawning here in the next few seconds, trying to apply some pressure for it. Oh, here comes the Malzahar ultimate, I would imagine.
Oh, he's
and
not going to go for it. And Elise coming in York is out of mana though.
And Ignite again. Malzahar out of summoner spells, looking to get it still. Not going to be able to get in range because of that speed burst from Kale's heal. The Divine Blessing, too strong.
That Graves smokescreen is so strong. Draven was ready to go in on Lulu there and ran right into the smokescreen and could not even get an auto off. That could have been dangerous for Lulu too.
When that got nerfed on Graves, that was probably one of the stronger nerfs that ever happened to Graves. Really reducing that sight.
And this is what I was worried about mid lane. Just one of those dots from Malzahar. The Malefic Vision gets on Kale and she's dropped about half health.
Yeah, you've really got to be scared of Malzahar's Malice Vision, I believe it's
Malefic.
called.
Is it Malefic or hang on? We'll look this up.
I'm pretty sure it's Malefic Vision. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
what it's called.
Malefic.
Especially when it jumps to you from an enemy creep. He doesn't have to waste any mana on it, so really can really hurt you. And he does pick up that early blue buff. Malzahar, let's see if he starts to roam. He does still have his ultimate up, so it'll be interesting to see if he goes to try to get a kill early. Both teams getting their respective blue buffs. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Let's see if these junglers can have some more presence here. Udyr looks like he's coming in to go for something. Doesn't.
No, he used the ulti and got stunned by Udyr.
Oh, not a good decision by Malzahar. His ultimate cannot be cleansed, but it can be interrupted. Great play by Udyr there, noticing the ultimate come down, stunning him, saving Kale's life, and in turn picking up the kill.
No,
We do have
wants
Elise
this.
roaming down. Was spotted by that ward. They don't collapse on her. She's going to get out no problem here.
Uh-oh.
Volibear there. Shouldn't be too much to see.
Draven just barely escaping. Oh, Lulu, great
Lulu with 3 kills in this game already. Lulu Graves really making a statement here for how strong that lane is.
That Glitter Lance
Completely
was max
outplaying the
range. Excellent Glitter Lance. I thought he was just home free. I bet he thought the same thing.
Like I said in the Champions Select lobby, if the Graves Lulu can shut down this bottom
force the
lane,
Terry to flash.
then you got to give this to Ionia. They're in a real great spot right now.
Volibear flip. This could be
Deer
dangerous.
taking a lot of damage.
Oh, there's the kill
Getting the
ulti.
ult. Volibear gonna go down. Takes too much turret damage. Yorick being a man, getting in there, having to flash away though. Couldn't be helped by his team in that situation. They were too low to follow up on a kill.
Oh, the Draven
the
ulti.
Draven ultimate almost picks
Just
them
misses.
off. That would have really. Oh. Kale takes
Oh,
it.
the
Kale
Malzahar.
gets it.
Is it
jumped
gonna tick?
onto her.
Oh.
Is he gonna get 2? No, not
Elise
quite.
is going for it though. They might get this tower down. 600 health now.
An enemy minion.
There's the ulti from
The
Malzahar,
ultimate
but
doesn't get the combo down
Elise
though, and
isn't
takes a
following up.
lot of turret damage for it. Malzahar needs to be careful right now.
they put a lot of damage on that tower though. This
They
early
really
in the game.
did. 300 hits on that, 300 HP left on that turret.
That's going to force Kale to stay in that lane too. So she's not going to be able to roam as well as usually Kale can. So
Here
Malzahar
comes
may have a little more potential here to make some plays.
Yeah, Malzahar definitely doing well in this lane. Ahead in CS. Score-wise, they're both even. Malzahar gets that Catalyst, though, and the Doran's Ring to try to have a little bit more tankiness and sustain some mana whenever he doesn't have that blue buff.
Draven juggling 2 axes now.
This is the one thing that I don't like about Draven. Having his axes spinning, they can really put you out of position if you try too hard to catch them. That's why Draven can be such a hard champ to play. Looks like they're just going to concede this mid tower here. Flarefly's Firefighters picking up the first turret here and evening the gold with that turret pickup.
Looks like they want to make a dragon play. They're starting to have some pings go out for it.
Well, they have that early pink ward down. Blue team
No,
does
they're going
not
to set up
have
a dive
mercy,
here.
so they could easily pick up this dragon. Blue team does have this ward in the tri-bush.
See if he's right out of vision. They did see him. They were able to see Volibear there. They pinged for him.
Just got a little bit too close. Looks like they're going to circle around, and if they can push this lane, they can easily tower dive them 4v1. Ooh, Volibear going in deep here.
There it is. Oh, the flip.
Interesting. Oh,
Malzahar getting
Malzahar wasting the
turned
flash
into a cat, I
again.
guess. Oh, that could have gone
Taking
very badly.
So much damage. Rebels of Ionia really making a strong case in this game.
Oh, there's the ulti on Kale. Oh,
And
Lulu picks up
another kill. This Lulu is no joke.
We have a fed Lulu on our hands here.
I don't know what they're gonna do against this Lulu. Lulu actually has almost the most gold on her team. She's down only 500 gold to her 80 carry right now.
Who says a support can't carry, right? Oh, Kale with a flash on Volibear.
Early game damage. Does
This
he have the
don't work.
ultimate out? The ultimate comes out for Kale. Gonna escape here. Trade a 2 for O.
This should give him Dragon, too.
Elise does pick up the kill in the top lane, and
Oh.
looks like she's going to be able to escape here.
Is it going to run out? Oh,
And York does
just in
go
time.
down. Rebels of Ionian picking up the first dragon, extending their gold lead to 2,000 gold. Malzahar getting his second blue buff of the game here. Let's see if Malzahar can get a good combo in on Kale without being interrupted now. Kale has completed his Haunting Guise and has that tier. Probably a good pickup on the tier. Got it really early. Has it a quarter of the way stacked up already. So Kale really going to be putting out some good damage.
Draven, I don't even think can fight Lulu at this point. I think he tried to test her there, and Lulu put out some damage right back to him.
Kale electing to go with the AP items as opposed to the Stinger and getting that early attack speed. We'll see how that pays off for... So far, it looks like it's been doing her justice.
And Lulu has not gotten a GP10 yet. She went straight for the Sight Ward and maxed it out to the second tier. She picked up the Ruby right away. I guess they want that early ward coverage. She has double buffs, though.
She does have over 1,500 gold right now, so she probably will go back. I would imagine upgrade that Fairy Charm to the Philosopher's Stone, and you might even see a Cage's lucky pick to just further press that advantage, or you might see her just start to rush a Locket of Solaria or an Aegis of the Legion.
Volibear tried to set up a
really good.
gank bot there. It just did not work out. They do have it warded.
Deer comes around, not going to be able to do anything. She's going to drop back down and be safe.
There's the slippery Elise.
And the thing you got to know about Elise is, if there's nothing near her to jump to, she's going to drop right back down in the exact same position. A lot of players don't realize that and think that she can jump to wards and her own creeps, but she can only drop to enemy creeps and neutral monsters.
Now, bot lane just wasted a lot of Volibear and Malzahar's time down there. They saw the first bush was warded, and Volibear was sitting there for a good while, and Malzahar was sitting in the second bush. That's the kind of things that maybe Kale's finally caught up in CS and is ahead now. Volibear is still ahead of Udyr in the jungle. Oh, here's a fight here. This may go in the Elise.
Great damage down on this Yorick. Can she land the cocoon? Repels to him. Gets the
stun.
Cocoon. Oh no, doesn't land the cocoon. Must have still been on cooldown.
Are we finding a counter to Yorick? Elise is holding her own against Yorick, and that's not something easy to do. You've got lane bully versus lane bully up top, and right now Elise is really winning this.
Elise up 30 CS right now on this Yorick right now, in a real great place in that lane. Went with the Haunting guys and the early Giant spell to sustain some of that damage that Yorick is going to put out. Great place right now for Elise.
You've got a gank going for your top. It looks like Volibear is trying to gank, but Kale is following up right behind him.
He thinks about it, doesn't want to go for it though. Graves putting out some good damage.
You know, this bot lane is not going the way I thought it was going to go.
Well, like I said in the early game, you know, it's really going to depend on whether Draven can make advantage of his early game. When they got that double kill on bottom lane, even though it went to Lulu, Graves still got the assists and had that free time to farm in lane, push it to tower, and force him to lose out on that CS, which really put Graves ahead of him right now.
I mean, Graves has already completed that Bloodthirster, and a Brutalizer on Draven is a great pickup, but not against a Bloodthirster Graves. He has too much attack damage right now. He can just out-trade him all day.
Yeah, he's really stacking that Bloodthirster up early, which is a good call.
And it makes it
extra
easy.
Lifesteal, as opposed to Draven going with the Brutalizer. Interesting pick. We'll see how that pays off for him.
And Lulu's so strong right now. Graves can just build a Bloodthirster and not even worry about it, losing stacks. I think he can stack it up very safely right now. It's a great early pickup. Sometimes you wonder, should I have picked up an Infinity Edge or a different item or something? But Lulu's so strong. Draven's not going to be able to kill Lulu, I don't think.
No, Lulu really went with that early Cages and Philosopher's Stone, like I said, and the Boots pickup. Elected not to go towards that Aegis of the Legion. Wants to prolong this laning phase. They're really bullying that lane. Probably the right decision there from Lulu. We're going to have Dragon up here in 40 seconds. We'll see who gets this next Dragon.
Looks like they're coming in for a gank, but they do know it's warded. They're trying to make a player, so like you said, it will set up Dragon, but I don't know if they'll be able to do it. They're going for that blue buff, though, but they are outnumbered, so I don't know if they want to stay here. Oh, the flash flip.
Catching out Deer.
There's the mouse.
It's the ultimate. Gonna escape, but they do burn all of their ultimates on this.
They have split Rebel Alliance, but Udyr goes back in.
Knight and the Draven bleed is gonna get him. Dragon spawns. Looks like Flarefly's Firefighters are gonna pick up this Dragon for free.
You got Elise and Yor coming down here too, so I don't think there's any way they can make a play on this one. There's no globals or anything to steal it. That's going to go down to Firefighter, yeah.
Rebel Alliance of Ionia really kind of hindering themselves there. They had that great...
Oh, the flash stun, Lulu. They want that bounty. There it is. Draven picks up 500 gold.
Draven, huge pickup for Draven. Able to get that shutdown for the 500 gold. Just what Draven needed there.
That's going to put him right back in there.
Elise taking some strong damage there. Decides to leave. Is getting chased by a creep right now.
Creep was trying to do damage. He almost did something, but
look at that crafty creep just going right for the tower, trying to get some damage on it.
They finally took it out. Oh.
That creep AI sometimes outsmarts everyone.
Got Elise and York going back to the Farm Fest up top. The goal difference on Graves and Draven right now, despite Draven picking up the 2 kills and one of them was that bounty on Lulu, he's still behind about probably 900 gold right now. That's not that good. I think Graves is just doing an excellent job of CS right now. He's got 171 by 22 minutes, and there's been a lot of action, so that's actually really well. He's doing a great job down there. And Lulu's made it easy for him to farm, honestly. He's very safe with Lulu as strong as she is. Udyr donating blue buff. Graves picked up double Zeal, though. What do you think of that?
Double Zeal, yeah, that's...
Is he going Dunk Master?
I'm not
Oh, he
sure.
sold one. He did pick...
And that is one thing that Riot really does need to fix. If you remain in Fountain, because they put in that option to one-click buy things, I think that they need to change it kind of so that you can still sell if you're in the Fountain and get your full refund. Graves probably lost out on at least, well, it sells for 822. Azil is, I believe, 1075. So he lost out on about 250 gold there.
Well, and that, that makes a difference when the games are this close. There's a 100 gold difference right now. And if you basically subtract Graves' 200 gold he just lost, that's pretty even right now.
Yeah, and, like Ionian had that really great early game where they were picking up all those kills, even though they were on Lulu, but still getting that advantage, had the first dragon, lost a couple of team fights, couldn't come back from it, turned around, really hurt them.
Oh.
Elise baiting out.
Baiting out.
Has to flash away, gets the flash, good gank from Volibear there.
Let's look at Malzahar here. I think he's opting to go for the Leandries, it looks like. He's got double amp tunes right now and a Sapphire Crystal. Oh, Volibear's back in.
Volibear pops his ultimate, looking to get some really good damage on him here. Elise gonna have to land.
Can't you get the stun? Oh.
Just out of range. Really wanting to kill this Yorick in the top lane right now.
They're pushing down mid. Oh.
Looks like Udyr's gonna go down. Oh, the
Kale
ultimate to
ulti.
save his life. There it is, guys. Like we said in the beginning, that Kale ultimate, so good.
Oh, Elise tanking the tower. Has to flash out, but Volibear just dropped Udyr.
Yeah, like I said, the Fury swipes, or Frenzy, excuse me, from Volibear, when that gets stacked up, and then that bite really puts a good chunk of damage on it. A lot of people don't expect that coming in.
You see the Udyr pickup. He's got a Bilgewater Cutlass. That's been a great item for a lot of junglers now. Just to provide that extra slow for some junglers that had issues catching up to people like Shyvana. The Phage, with the nerf that it took, the Bilgewater's been a great replacement, I would say. And most junglers have kind of skipped building Wriggles now and just going straight onto that Bilgewater for the sustain and lifesteal they need.
Yeah, the skipping Wriggles, generally you only want to build the Madreds for the most part. You do see some people decide to, you get that free GP10 from the Sightstone, or from the ward that you do get from Wriggles. But a lot of junglers now that you see deciding not to go with it unless they really get those early game kills where they can afford to spend that extra gold. Draven actually down 100 CS to Graves
Wow.
right now.
Graves is absolutely crushing him right now in CS.
Graves with a 1,300 gold lead over Draven right now. Just really something to be scared of. Somewhat even in items right now, but Graves has 2,000 gold on him right now to go spend. Catching out Volibear, looks like Flarefly's team's going to be able to pick something up here. Draven doing so much damage. Both ultimates coming out. Rogrev going really deep, getting out. Udyr is going to fall. Can they pick up Lulu? Has to flash. Graves gets... Oh, and they're going to get the kill too. Great sacrifice by Tarek there to get the dazzle to set up the extra kill on Kale there. Flarefly not worth much gold. Already just died in the last team fight, whereas Kale worth quite a bit more. Probably a good trade, and they're going to be able to take this tower from it. Yeah, and there's the dragon. Looks like Flarefly Firefighter is going to be able to pick up another free dragon here. Really picking their team fights at perfect timings and coming out on head to be able to get these global objectives and pushing their lead to 1.5. It's really going to depend on how Elise is going to want to play. If she's going to... Looks like she's going pretty tanky. She got that Sunfire cape, so if she decides to just dive into the front line and, you know, soak a lot of damage, or if she's going to stay back with Draven, use that cocoon to peel off some of the people who are going to be diving him, like the Udyr, like the Yorick, to protect Draven with her great damage. It'll be interesting to see how she decides to play her team fights in the late game. Draven, okay, good decision by Draven not wanting to 1v1 that Graves. Looking to get that pink ward down. Elise, not a good place to be right now. The red buff is there so she can escape. Great escape by Elise. Teams out need to work on their team fight presence right now. Just gets destroyed. Nice dodge there. Oh, Ethri's gonna fall. Gets the 300 gold pickup. Elise wanting the Yorick, throws the ignite down. Flashes. Oh, Udyr comes out. Udyr's gonna get picked off here. Oh, Udyr falls, trying to save a teammate. And once again, Firefighter being able to turn this team fight around, and in turn takes another turn for it. He stops the back. Oh, they might be able to pick up an inhibitor here. Yeah, they're really, really playing these team fights well. Oh, Graves almost gets that kill on Volibear. The passive, just so good on Volibear. Always got to keep that in mind. Chosen of the Storm, healing for so much when he gets low. Yeah. He is going to be able to get this back off with plenty of time here. They're pinging the Baron. I don't know if this is a great decision right now. Udyr doesn't have any kind of Madreds to hurry up and do this, but we'll see what happens. Udyr is really far behind this Volibear right now in terms of tankiness. Volibear has that Spirit Visage for the Magic Resist, has that Locket of Celeria, and the Giant's Belt. Just really leaps and bounds ahead of Udyr right now. And here we go. Kale not in position to be able to get to this Baron. Looks like they might be able to pick this up for free. Below half health already. Let's see if they can get it down quick enough. Looks like they're going to pick this one up for free. Are they going to engage on this? Volibear catches out Yorick. He ults himself. Gonna go down to Draven. Udyr comes in. Trying to get away. Their team is split. And Republic of Solaria goes down. Kale trying to get the blue buff, gonna escape. Ooh, Novice does pick up Udyr. Flarefly looking like they're gonna win this game. Graves so strong right now, but not able to have much presence in this game. Elise, a real terrifying right now, has the Leandri's Torment. Looks like she's going to be going for that Rylai's next here. Kale going to live no problem. It was really late on using that QSS there though. 8, probably 70% of that ultimate. I would expect to see some home guard boots coming out here from Ionian, just so they can kind of push their lane out a little bit safer. We'll see what happens. Malzahar staying top. Feels like he can 1v1 the Yorick. Doesn't have his ultimate out. Yorick igniting him. Looks like he's going to be able to pick up this kill. Malzahar ultimate still not quite up. Malzahar is going to fall. Meanwhile, his team does pick up the inhibitor in bottom lane and are going to swing top for another free inhib. Deer getting caught out, flashing away. Looks like Flarefly's Firefighters are going to take this one in fine fashion. Just really outplaying them even after the deficit that they were in early on. They go ahead, pick up another dragon. Flarefly gonna go ahead and back. Got tons of gold. Tarek and Volibear don't even have boots upgraded yet. Gonna buy, come back in, make that last final push on the Nexus turrets, and probably look to close out this game. Yeah, Malzahar really strong right now, has that Rylai's and the Leandri's Torment. Real tanky with that Rod of Aegis and the Giant's Belt. Oh, Udyr does get hit by the Cocoon. Definitely. And I would say that's the game. Flareflyers, Firefighters, taking this game, going to advance into the tournament to the semifinals. Now, how the semifinals and the finals are going to work, they are going to be a best of 3. So there will be first to 2 wins, and then in the finals, I believe the finals is a best of 5. Trying to hold them off, not much they can do, just diving their Nexus turrets. Being a man, taking the Nexus, Flareflyers, Firefighters, winners. GG's come out. Great game by Flarefly. His team really great team fights there. Graves, just a monster in CS, having double Dravens, just nothing that they could do about it. Okay, guys, that's the second match of the tournament.